A Dance of Sacrifice and Brotherhood, Unraveling Pieter Lastman's masterpiece. In the realm of classical art, few pieces encapsulate the tumultuous dance of sacrifice, friendship, and divine intervention as vividly as Pieter Lastman's 1614 masterpiece, Orestes and Pylades disputing at the altar. The painting is a visual symphony of color, emotion, and narrative intricacy that draws viewers into a pivotal moment from ancient Greek lore. Orestes and Pylades disputing at the altar is characterized by its densely composed composition, its bright colors, and its expressive gestures of the figures. Lastman's painting style had a lasting impact on the young Rembrandt, who was his pupil for 6 months in 1624. Lastman was the first artist to paint this subject, based on Euripides' play Iphigenia in Tauris, and he did not have any 16th-century prints to draw upon. He relied on his own imagination and his knowledge of classical sources to create this dramatic scene. The painting depicts the climax of the story, where Orestes and Pylades are caught trying to steal the statue of Artemis from the temple of the Taurians. They are brought to the altar, where one of them will have to die. The priestess, Iphigenia, who is Orestes' long-lost sister, offers to spare Pylades if Orestes agrees to deliver a letter to their father in Argos. Orestes and Pylades both wish to die for the other, and they argue over who will be the sacrificial victim. Their dispute is interrupted by Iphigenia, who approaches with the letter. She will soon discover the true identity of Orestes, and they will plot to escape with the statue with the help of Athena. The painting is presented in a rectangular format, with a horizontal orientation. The altar occupies the center of the composition, creating a focal point and a symbolic barrier. The two friends are placed on the left side of the altar, while Iphigenia and other figures are on the right. The temple architecture, including columns and statues, is visible in the left background, while a dark cloud hovers above them, suggesting a stormy atmosphere. The composition is balanced by the placement of the main figures and the use of color. Orestes and Pylades are dressed in similar colors, blue and red, creating a visual harmony and a sense of brotherhood. Iphigenia wears a white robe, contrasting with the dark tones of the other figures on the right. Her white robe also symbolizes her purity and innocence, as well as her role as a messenger. The colors of the painting are bright and vivid, reflecting Lastman's admiration for Italian art. The composition is also enriched by the presence of numerous details and motifs, some of them drawn from other classical sources. For example, the impaled heads and the method of sacrifice by clubbing are not mentioned in Euripides' play, but they are described in other accounts of the Taurian customs. The boy pouring water into a basin and the altar being prepared out of doors are also artistic liberties taken by Lastman, who probably had a learned advisor to help him with the classical references. The painting was created in 1614, a time of artistic and cultural flourishing in the Netherlands. Lastman was one of the leading painters of the Amsterdam school, and he specialized in history paintings, especially scenes from classical antiquity and the Bible. He was influenced by his travels to Italy, where he admired the works of Caravaggio and other masters. He also followed the recommendations of Karel van Maandaya, the author of the influential treatise on painting, Grond der Edelvried Schilderkunst. The painting was also influenced by the popularity of classical literature and drama in the Netherlands. Euripides' play Iphigenia in Tauris was not translated into Dutch until 1666, but it was known through Latin and French versions, and it was performed on stage in Amsterdam in 1617. The story of Orestes and Pylades was also familiar to the Dutch audience, as it was a symbol of friendship and loyalty. The painting was also a reflection of Lastman's personal interests and ambitions. He was fond of painting self-portraits, and he included his own likeness in the figure of Pylades, who looks directly at the viewer. He also painted his signature and the date on the letter held by Iphigenia, drawing attention to his role as the author of the painting. He was proud of his originality and his skill, and he wanted to immortalize his name through his art. Orestes and Pylades disputing at the altar is a masterpiece that invites viewers into a world where art transcends aesthetic pleasure. It becomes a window into history, culture, and human nature. Each stroke unveils layers of meaning and emotion, creating a captivating narrative that engages the mind and the heart. It stands as a testament to Lastman's genius, his ability to combine classical sources, artistic techniques, and personal expression into a timeless piece of art.